So did you have to work into the night last night?
No, this actually, and that's the impressive part of this, is that the entire, well, the significant part of the mass casualty event, really only lasted about an hour and a half. We were able to see, treat, disposition all of those patients in a very short amount of time, which just says great things about the team at Darnall that we were able to. I was impressed because time kind of lose track of time when you're involved in something like this. But when it was over and things were calming down, I looked at my watch, and it was literally about an hour and 20, hour and 30 minutes, and we were already winding down.
Wow, that does say a lot about the training.
It was amazing, yes.
So once things had calmed down, you got a chance to maybe go home, get away from the hospital. Then the real thoughts and feelings came as far as you could be you, when you thought about the situation.
So the first thing we did is, as a team, once things calmed down, is we kind of assembled the whole team in the emergency department and did just a quick little debrief about what happened, how things went, and give people an opportunity to kind of start to talk about what happened and ask the questions that everyone has. And most of us kind of stuck around for a while and had some conversations to start to process it. Our behavioral health people were down in the emergency department checking on us to see how we were doing and let us know that those resources will be available throughout the coming weeks. Then I did get to go home once post opened, which took a while to get off post. And then again, you start to process and ask those same questions. Why does something like this happen here? How can this happen with fellow soldiers? When we're here at Fort Hood. So don't have the answers yet, but hopefully we'll have some type of closure in the coming days.
So what was your emotions when you were thinking about, how could something like this happen here?
Just like everyone else, just disbelief. You expect this when you're deployed, and you train for it when you're deployed. I mean, we train here for it. We do mass cal events and training exercises twice a year. We try to stress our system to find the tough, the weak spots, but boy, it doesn't have the same emotion as when this actually happens. And obviously we know the scenario of this situation, which is almost unbelievable that something like this could happen with fellow soldier, fellow medical professional. It's hard to deal with.
So how do you think this experience will affect how you do your job?
Well, it just reinforces that we're well trained, and that my docs, we have a residency program here at Fort Hood, and my residents, just stepped up, and they've gotten their first mass cal training at home instead of when they deploy. So this training, how unfortunate it is that it happened, it allows our doctors to get the training that they need when they go downrange, and they're going to be taking care of soldiers there. To watch our nurses and medics and like I said, just the whole hospital, to see them come down and come right up to me, and you could see the care in their eyes that they just wanted to help. And they're like, tell me where you need me, where should I go, where can I do the most benefit. So it was quite impressive.
How do you think the Fort Hood community is going to pull together?
This community, close-knit community, has been through deployments now for many years. This post deploys more soldiers than anywhere else. I think they're going to do great. We've already seen the community start to come together, even during the event where we got phone calls from our community hospital, Scott and White, Metroplex. What can we do? I saw it on the news when I went home about the blood drives that the different hospitals did to get prepared and if they needed the extra blood. We got phone calls from Brooke Army Medical Center. What do you need from us? Do you need docs? Do you need to send us people? Do you need us to send you anything? I mean, during the event, they were on the phone saying, what can we give you? So not just this community, but the Army community in whole just is quite supportive. I think we'll do fine.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Being in the situation that we were, there are so many people across the country. They're just seeing this on TV. They're just seeing it from a, stepping back. You're right in the middle of it. What can you share with them to give them a sense of just what it was like at the hospital yesterday?
So, again, unexpected, but emergency medicine or the emergency department, this is what we do on a daily basis, not in this number, but we see our fair share of gunshot wound victims and trauma patients. So, you know, we're prepared for it. When it gets to this amount, it certainly stresses the system and stresses each person personally to rise to the occasion. Excuse me. And again, that's as I was doing my coordination, I was going bed to bed, getting reassessments of the patients and just watching my docs and nurses and medics just, it's just incredible to see because they know the gravity of the situation, and to see them just jump into action and do the things that they did. I mean, there was life-saving things that were happening in the emergency department. There's people alive because of not only the first responders at the scene, you've heard stories of them, which I agree with. I think the things that they did at the scene were tremendous. You know, stopping the bleeding, because all these patients, you know, they're bleeding. Doing those initial interventions saved lives. They got them to us, and then those critically injured patients, the things that our docs and nurses did also saved many lives. Unfortunately, you know, not everyone survived the event, but there are many people alive today based due to what occurred in our emergency department.
Your emotions were out of it at that point. You just had to do what you had to do to save lives.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you
Good.
very much.
All right, thanks.